So yeah. And also, guys, that is something that I think should be addressed quickly. I was on TikTok around the time that the movie came out, and a lot of people were speculating that the two main actors, Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney, who were both in a relationship at that time, were having an affair.
Whoa.
And guys, there's like a difference between having a good chemistry with your co-star, which you have to make like that type of like rom-com movie, and
Mm-hmm.
having a full-blown affair. So I think we should just like sometimes draw the line between
Mm-hmm.
what is acceptable to say about like someone else's life,
Yeah.
because their job is related to having chemistry to one another, but that doesn't mean
Yeah.
that they really had a relationship with each other. If they never say that they had a relationship with each other, let's never assume.
Like, to me, it's just silly. I didn't really hear about it, but
Mm-hmm.
it just seems silly.
No, it is really silly. That's why I wanted to take a few minutes just to address it,
Yeah.
because um I think they had a good chemistry, and when I was watching the movie, I enjoyed watching their chemistry.
Yeah.
But what happens on set is not what necessarily has to like go outside of the set. And I know people like to ship actors together, but maybe sometimes you have to be a bit mindful. Just saying, just Becca's two
Yes.
cents. No one asked for it, so take it if you want to take it. Otherwise, it's fine. I don't care. Let's move on to the second segment. In this second segment, we'll explore the perspectives of some reviewers regarding the movie. So we'll examine feedbacks from platforms like Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, Letterboxd, and more. So as of the day we're filming, Anyone But You is rated at 56% on the tomato meter and a 97% audience score. That is a big
Ooh.
gap, not gonna lie.
Yup.
Okay, so Cass, what is your first review?
The first one that I have says, fully expected this to be totally overrated, but that was amazing. And the reason why I chose this is because that's how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a lot about Anyone But You, but
Mm-hmm.
not as much though, but still a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the when I hear people talk about a movie so often, I
Mm-hmm.
tend to not want to watch it
Yeah.
because to me it's just people hype things a lot for them to end up not being good or not being
Mm-hmm.
that great. But
Mm-hmm.
honestly, it was just a surprise to me. And again, not a fan of rom-coms, but this one was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I was surprised, and good job to the director because they did their thing. Although I still am not a fan of the reason why they hate each other.
Yeah.
To me, that's the ick.
I'll never understand that either. But yeah, I agree with you in the sense that they did a good job. It's just they could have found another reason why they hated each other. We need
Yes,
concrete proof, people. Concrete.
exactly.
Okay, so the first review said predictable but cute. And I think it summed up a lot of my thought process while watching the movie, in the
Yes,
sense that the plot was predictable. Like
yes,
I knew they were gonna end up together no matter what. I knew they were gonna make up no matter what. So it's like it's a given, but it was still a cute movie. So I think that
yes.
sums up a lot of my thoughts. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, it really did follow the rom-com formula very well. And
Mhm.
it is predictable, but I think that's the beauty of it. Is like you
Mhm.
can just you know what's gonna happen, but it's more about the way that they went about it and like how
Mhm.
they presented it. I just want to say I love the end scene. The end scene. I knew
Mhm.
that they were going to eventually make up,
Mhm.
but the way that they did it, perfection, was
Yeah.
really well done.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
The next review that I have says it grew on me. The performances were fine. Didn't need to see the guy's hood. Sydney Sweeney has a great set of teeth. And I feel like honestly, simple lines, but really sums up the whole entire movie. I just want to add, why were they naked all the time?
Yeah, why
What
did we
was
have
that
to see
about?
that? What was the point of that?
I feel like I was a little traumatized, but trying to deny it. But it's just no, because when he started removing his clothes and went fully
Hmm.
butt naked, I was like,
Yeah.
what is this? Where am I?
Yeah. It was so random, just out of the blue. He was like, "Oh my god, is it that mean? Is that mean?" And then he just removed everything.
Is this what we've come to, world? Come on.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's just the genre of the movie. And if the actors are consenting, what can we say?
What?
What can you do?
It's just I didn't need to see all that. You know,
Yeah,
we could have made the
yeah.
scenes a little shorter and carried on, but okay, whatever. Be proud of what you have, I guess.
Whatever suits you, man. Whatever is good for you. Do you. You do you.
Yes.
Okay, so my second rating said, since it was written by and for seventh graders, here comes the moral, kids. If your wedding is in another effing continent, just don't invite anyone.
Oh my lord. Honestly, personally, if it's paid for, why would I say no?
Yeah, why? I
Why would
think
I
I
say
think
no?
I think they meant more for the couple that was getting married. Like
Yes.
if you're
Yeah.
going to another continent, if you don't want to make anything go bad, just go and
Yeah.
elope with your other person, your significant other or partner, but just don't invite anyone. Just tell them afterwards, I got married. If they just had done that, a lot of the problems would have just solved themselves.
There would be no problem. Like half of the
Yeah.
problems were because of Ben and B. So
Hmm. So it says, this movie is so bad that it's funny. The fact that the dude's favorite song is unwritten is hilarious. The movie would have been more interesting if they died, to be honest. Also,
Oh my
grilled
god.
cheese is not that hard to make.
It really isn't. Why why were they making a big deal anyways?
Out of making grilled cheese. Yeah, that is something I did not understand either, because both of them were like, "Oh yeah," but well, not both of them, especially Ben was like, "Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna make this for you," but like grilled cheese takes 2 seconds and it's not hard. Like you can learn that pretty quickly.
The average man.
Yeah, and the fact that the guy was like, it would have been more interesting is if they both died.
Like
Damn.
what? Somebody needs to check on bro. Who hurt you, my guy? Like, it's a rom-com. What did you expect? It would be funny that when, they were like in the water, it took like it did a whole like 180 and became a
Mm-hmm.
freaking survival movie where they had to get out and not get in by sharks. I feel
Yeah.
like that would be the most hilarious but
Un
weird,
unexpected
unhinged.
twist ever.
Exactly. So for this segment, basically, we had to pick a character in the movie that we think did one hell of a good job at playing the character. It doesn't necessarily have to be the actor themselves that we think was good. It could be just the character, and we have to pick one, and decide who we would give an Oscar to. So
Mhm.
Becca, your Oscar goes to who?
I'm not gonna lie, it was hard for me to choose one. But I went with Pete, who was Ben's friend.
Ooh, why?
I give it to Ben, who is Pete's friend. Oh, I give it
Pete's
to
friend?
Pete. I give it to Pete, who is Ben's friend.
That
Just
makes more
because
sense.
I really like the characters that are like good friends, I like the characters that
Yeah.
are there for their friends, and I just like the characters that like can be like ride or dies, but can also be funny at the same time. So they're like, I'm gonna bring you back, but I'll be there for you, that type of like wake up call type of thing.
Yes.
And yeah, I really liked Pete, so I gave it to Pete. And who did your Oscar belong to?
So my Oscar goes to the poor and sad character that is Jonathan.
Oh, Jonathan. I had a second there. I was
Yes.
like, who is Jonathan?
See, the guy had like 5 appearances in the movie, but to
Mm-hmm.
me, the reason why I picked him is because of the reason why he was here. First of all, he didn't ask to be there, which I think was quite silly, and
Mm-hmm.
also he didn't. I like the fact that he wasn't like a toxic ex or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. You know, it just shows that sometimes the great people are not
Mm-hmm.
often the chosen one, which is really funny because it's a romantic comedy and you would expect
Mm-hmm.
her to choose the good person,
Yeah.
but yeah. And we all know that Ben and her are not gonna last. Like,
They're not gonna
hello?
last. Like, I give them a few months, max a year.
Few months. 2 years if we're really pushing it.
Yeah. Let's move on to the last segment.
So for this last segment, we had to pick yet another character, but not a character that we think was good, but a character that we think that we would be good at portraying. So we had to pick one. And would you like to go first?
Sure. Can you guess who I picked?
Is it what's her name again? B?
Nope.
Oh. I don't know then. I'm never gonna guess right.
Okay, well, I went with Claudia. It's
Who's that
one.
again?
It's
Oh, one of the
Pete's
wives.
sister. It's Pete's sister.
Okay.
I don't know. I just liked her, and I liked her character, and she seemed really nice. And I
Yeah.
think she wouldn't be a challenge for me per se as like a
Mm-hmm.
character because I think she's just like a nice person that is like she's
Trying
not
to get her wedding going.
exactly, she's not really like multi-dimensional, so she wouldn't be a challenge
Mm-hmm.
for me, but I think I would enjoy playing her. What
Yeah.
about you?
Can you guess who I pick?
Did you go with Pete?
Oh my god. Yes.
Am I right? Oh my god, yay!
Yes. Well, actually it's for the reason actually it's for the reasons you said. I think maybe not people should ask my friends, I guess, but I
Mm-hmm,
think I'm really similar to him where
mm-hmm,
I wouldn't, I would tell you if something I don't think something is good or if something is good or bad, but I'm not going to
mm-hmm.
change your mind. And
Yeah.
I'm just going to be there, you know? And
Mm-hmm,
it's up to you to decide what you want to do, what you don't want to do. And I feel like he
mm-hmm,
was just there for the vibes. And honestly,
mm-hmm.
personally, I think I would be there for the vibes as well.
Yeah, he
So
was there for the vibes. He was there to enjoy his time, honestly.
yes.
Nothing major. Okay, well, that was it for our episode today. If you guys have any rom-com suggestions, if you guys have any ideas for us for other movies, even if it's not rom-coms, we're open to a lot. Let us know in the comment sections. We will surely read them and see if we can apply it. And yet again, thank you for being with us today. It was a pleasure having you with us. And yeah.
And between anyone but you and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, which one is the cringiest? Thank you. See you at the movies. Bye.